So Reem did not spit any game. He spit in my drink.
Okay, whoa, pause.
I'm about to get canceled.
How is it traveling with a baby/toddler? I like to cook, believe it or not. Like, I actually enjoy the idea. How do you balance being entrepreneurs while having a young child? Being like so worried, being so like,
Go hard for him. I make sure people know how good of a husband he is. Always hyping you up. Hi guys, we're back. All right, so now we're going to answer some questions that some people asked us on Instagram. So in honor of our 5th year wedding anniversary, we asked on social media, on Instagram, if there's any questions people had regarding our marriage and I guess how we work together. So we're just gonna filter through questions that pertain mainly about like the dynamic of our marriage and working. Anything that doesn't have to do with those questions, we're just not gonna answer them. Like personal, people ask you a lot about like photography and editing. Like we're not gonna answer those questions here. You can find that on Kareem's YouTube channel, Reem Photography. All right, so someone asked, what type of game did Reem spit to get you, girl?
that's hilarious.
Okay, so Reem did not spit any game. If anything, he spit in my drink.
Okay, whoa, pause. You gotta, bring that back.
Okay, so pretty much,
You gotta get canceled.
I'm about to get canceled or you about to get canceled?
Yeah, that's what?
You spit in my drink. He did not spit in my drink, guys. I'm kidding. You know how I said me and Reem met at FAU? He was going through the process, and then after he was done, we met again, I want to say maybe end of February, March 2014. And I was hosting a pageant for an organization called Combi Creole, which is a Haitian organization at FAU. And after that event, it was like a little after party or something. I went to the after party, Kareem was there, and I was drinking a drink with my girl Francesca, and he took my drink and drank it. I didn't know you like that.
I was just checking it out. I was like, you know what?
Yeah, I didn't know he had cooties.
I was making sure she's safe. You know, don't just be drinking anything, you know?
Okay.
So I had to test it.
I guess. So that's why I said he contaminated my drink. But no, he took a sip of my drink. But I think it's because he had just turned 21 and he didn't know how to act. All right, you can go next.
Probably. Do you prefer for your family to travel with you for destination events? Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah, when I travel alone, it's just not the same. You know, I of course I still do my job 100%, but when they're with me, it's like it's the best.
It is a little stressful sometimes. Well, traveling overseas, we haven't traveled like within we went to California, but we haven't done anything like close, like Atlanta or New York. So it's always been stressful, the traveling part with the baby, but once we get there, it's fun.
Yep.
My next question is, what advice do you have for singles that aspire to have a kingdom marriage? I'll say, I like to use, like when I talk about our marriage, I say kingdom marriage. A lot of people refer to our marriage as a kingdom marriage. And I just think we just keep God in the middle of our relationship. He is the center of our marriage. We are by no means perfect. If anything, we always say, oh, we can do more. We could pray more. We could talk to God more. We can talk to people about God more. We can bring more people to his kingdom. We can be more of a better disciple. But I think we all think that way. We all think that we can do more for God. And, you know, we always say that God knows our hearts. And, you know, we definitely spend time praising God and praying and making sure that that is instilled in especially Isaac as he's growing up. And I definitely think, like, when Kareem and I started dating, honestly, we never even really talked about God. I knew I always wanted someone to lead us spiritually, and there was a point while we were dating where I felt like, oh, I made a mistake. I didn't ask those questions that I should have asked. We weren't living as a couple that I felt that, you know, I don't feel like we were being obedient to God. So we made a lot of changes. We got baptized. We abstained from sex during our time of dating before getting married. And I think God honors that. And I feel like anyone who's single and you aspire to have that, just pray for your future spouse. You may not be dating anyone or have a boyfriend yet, but pray for that person. Pray for their hearts. Pray for that they have a heart seeking God. And ultimately, God will honor that. God honors marriage, and he honors anybody who's seeking to grow that relationship.
Amen.
All right, I'll go next while he's sorting through his...
I'm still looking, sorry.
If y'all don't know, my husband is very famous. He's a celebrity. So when he asks everyone to ask him a question, he has to go through all his questions, because there's so many. Oh my God, there's so many questions, you know, so excuse him. Oh, one thing about me, guys, I'm very sarcastic. I'm joking. Will you do a beginner's course on how to start a YouTube channel? So far, your content is fire. Okay. Oh, I'm flattered. I do not know if I'll ever do a beginner's course, because I'm
someday
technically still a beginner.
Yeah.
The only thing that got me to do YouTube is this man right here, and some of my friends that's just like, girl, you could do it, and you just literally have to just do it. Even if you don't have a camera, we all have camera phones, even if the quality isn't the best, even if you're nervous. I think when you look back on your first video that you've ever done and how far you've come, you get better and better each video. I believe that. I believe I get more confident. I do feel more comfortable when I'm with someone on the camera. When I'm by myself, I try to avoid talking, but I am getting better with that. But maybe one day, if God sees fit, I will do a course on how to start a YouTube channel. But I appreciate that. Thank you. I love that people are loving the content that I'm putting out there so far.
How is it traveling with a baby/toddler? It's very interesting, to say the least. But if you're very prepared, it's not as bad as you may think. If you have, you know, your bottles ready, your diapers ready, all your other little things in place, it's not as bad. You know, it's a challenge. Of course, it's something different than just traveling together as a couple. But when you're together and you have all the things that you need to make sure that your child is good, it's really not as bad as people make it turn out to be.
It's especially if you're traveling with an infant, a toddler, every time you travel, they're a new kid, they're a little older, they're a little bit more inquisitive. Like when we traveled with Isaac at 3 months, he wasn't doing much besides like making sure that you fed him at takeoff and landing, because you know their ears pop. That was like our only concern. And of course, traveling with bottles, because I was exclusively pumping at the time.
Changing him was rough.
Changing
for
him.
me, changing him on the plane
But again, he was
rough.
not as active. And then when we traveled again with him, closer to him being a year, is a whole new child. He still was a lot easier to travel with, but more things like traveling lights and making sure you have enough things for him. His milk, I think the milk was just always the more stressful part, and then trying to figure out the stroller, car seat situation. But yeah, it's definitely different, and I think we can't wait for him to actually like walk by himself and hold his own bag.
Yeah.
You know.
Little things like that.
Yeah.
I like to cook, believe it or not. Like I actually enjoy the idea and process of cooking.
Kareem,
I like to cook.
we have a video. Well, I filmed it. We went to our very first cooking class together, and he did okay. He almost burned the place down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because y'all
But
wanted
you
me to
barely
like
knew how to
cut
cook.
stuff.
Yeah, you barely know how to
Yeah,
cut anything.
y'all wanted me to like cut stuff like a chef and do all this good stuff. Like I do it my way, and it's still gonna turn out the same way.
So I don't cook every day. I do know how to cook. I prefer to cook for my family. I'm not someone that's gonna be like, hey, come over, I'm cooking for all my friends. I don't know. I just Kareem really enjoys my food. My mom, my brothers enjoy my food. I think I would love to like cook and like learn more recipes. Right now we're meal prepping, and that's been fun. But yeah,
Yeah.
that could be content that you guys will see soon.
I think this is my last question. which is a pretty good question. How do you balance being entrepreneurs while having a young child? I think there's certain words that just like don't really exist, especially once you reach like a certain point in your life. And balance is one of them. I don't think there's really any balance between being like a business owner and having a child. It's more so having an understanding of each other's dynamic, and you know, if in a marriage you believe in each other's vision and you understand the work it takes to get there, there really is no balance, right? Like what is the balance? Like half the day I do this and half the day we do that, or what have you. But there's no balance for what we do in having a child. We just have an understanding. We try to make sure we have time to spend time with our child, spend time with each other, and just maximize the time we have throughout the day. You know, it might be some days where I work majority of the day, or there might be some days where I spend more time with family. It just all depends on what's going on that day, and we just try to make the most of it and have an understanding. But that's where the communication aspect comes into play, because if I don't communicate what I feel like I need to get done for the day, and vice versa, then it's like, okay, you didn't tell me you had to do this and all that good stuff. So if I communicate, as long as she communicates what she has to get done, what I have to get done, it's all about just being on the same page on what we have to do for the day, and we can make time for each other and make time for our son, and just do the best we can to make sure that we're present in his life the most we can. Like for me, for example, I try to make sure that I spend at least minimum 30 minutes to an hour, just enjoying time with him, just like letting him play with me, letting him like be silly, just like enjoy each other's company, no work related, no phones, and just enjoying each other's company. And that way, you know, I don't want to look back and be like, man, I regret not spending time with our son and not enjoying those moments with him. So yeah, realistically, there is no balance per se. It's just making the most of your day and taking each day.
Ditto. So Reem is done with the questions. A lot of people just ask some photography related questions. That's not for here, guys. So my question says, does Reem have any favorite compa music? Sing and dance. They want you to sing and dance?
I don't know.
So what's your favorite song? Just sing it.
I don't know the name of it.
Yes, you do. Just sing the song.
Jedemba! Yeah.
Does Reem know anything in Creole? Say something or a sentence. This person is very, very like.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
No, you can count. Count.
Un, deux, trois, quatre. I said that right? Six.
Okay.
Cinq.
Set.
Sept. Dang.
You always do that. I say 8.
Neuf.
No, that's 9.
That's neuf. Reet.
Reet. Neuf. And 10 is what?
Douze.
That's 12. Dix.
Dix. Dix, douze, does. I does.
Okay, say some stuff. What's some stuff you know in Creole?
I know some like words. Fatigué. Machine. Frigidaire. Mes amis. Hold on. Belle. Oui.
Okay, not too bad. Yeah, that's the best I could do. It's the best. My next question is, what are your pet peeves with one another? We kind of answered that in the Q&A, but Kareem leaving things around. I would say the number one is the sink and the bathroom situation, the mirror.
That's the biggest pet peeve?
That's my biggest pet peeve. Also, you sleeping on top of the covers. Like just on top of it.
Okay, so like household things.
Yeah.
So not personality things.
Personality things. I mean, we talked about you sometimes not being aware, but I have a lot more grace for you on that. But that's not a pet peeve.
Oh, okay.
Pet peeve is just the.
Gotcha.
Because like I said earlier, I'm a little bit of an OCD freak when it comes to cleaning. What are your pet peeves about me?
Being like so worried being so like, but that goes with you being cautious and aware. So it's kind of like,
yeah, he doesn't like when I worry, guys.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, and you shouldn't worry. If you're a believer in Christ, you should not worry. So we're working on that. What advice can you give on 5 years being married? What keeps the marriage alive? That's a good question.
Man, you just gotta continue to date, you know. And that's for real. You probably hear a lot of people say that, like, but you just gotta continue to date each other because, you know, it started from you two being together. Like, so whether that's you're starting a family or starting a business together or getting a house together or whatever, you gotta just kind of remind yourself that it started with you guys' relationship. So whatever you can do to keep that going, that's meaning like date night, having fun together, just spending those moments together. I think that's what helped keep us
I would
going.
say that marriage is not perfect, guys. I think I have a lot of friends who, if they're not married yet, they aspire to be married, and they look at our marriage and they see all the glitz and glamour. That's social media. You post what you're gonna want to post. Especially now having a YouTube, I think I want to be more authentic and show people the in and out. But Cream and I, we don't argue a lot. You guys are not gonna ever see that. But marriage, we're best friends. Like, we joke around with each other. We make fun of each other every day. Like, I think we spend most of our day like roasting each other. That's just the dynamic of our friendship, of our friendship and our marriage.
I be roasting you.
Yeah, we roast each other. So I would say that Reem and I, that's like the part that just keeps it funny, you know. And we do work together. Sometimes I could be like not so serious. He's more so serious. So you learn about each other, and then you keep God first.
Yep.
We've had the blessing of traveling. We've never actually taken a honeymoon, but we've traveled so much, and we learn each other on those trips. We learn each other during COVID. We just choose each other every day. There's no ego. There's no jealousy. I do hear people being jealous of their partners. Reem is my biggest fan. I'm his biggest fan. You cannot, I don't play about my husband. He don't play about me. Anywhere I am, if he's not around, I go hard for him. I make sure people know how good of a husband he is. Like, I'm just always hyping you up, and I think you need that. And same with me. Like, I did a fashion show. It's one of my shorts, and Reem like went so hard. There wasn't nobody there.
Hard. And it's not even like, you know, I wasn't doing it to like show off or nothing. It's like I was zoned in. Like I was just going hard for her.
Stop playing with him! Come on! Come on! Let's go!
And I can't wait.
So proud.
I can't wait for us to like experience that with Isaac, him doing whatever he decides to do. Pray to God that he does basketball. But if I could just picture him playing basketball and you just really going ham, both of us. Because I'm more of the one that's like, I hope he doesn't get hurt. I hope he plays. I hope he's not on the bench. But Reem is like, he's gonna root for Isaac even on the bench if he is on the bench.
Oh, for sure.
That's how you are.
Oh, for sure.
And my last question is, when are we having our next double date? This is someone in particular. And girl, we haven't planned our double date, but we planned our girls' night.
Well, we always appreciate a good double date.
Yeah, so that's why I'm gonna answer this question, because we know so many couples. Our clients become our friends. So whenever we have an opportunity to go on a double date, that also strengthens our marriage, because we can talk to other people about things that go on in marriage, and to our surprise, a lot of wives, a lot of husbands experience the same thing. The air conditioning thing, like one person's always more cold than the other, you know, like little things. So like, I feel like that, like, community also strengthens your marriage. And we will find time to go on a double date, and our clients and our friends will make sure we go on a double date with y'all soon. We hope to have a lot more time next year, but
for sure.
That was it. That was all the questions. If y'all have any more questions about us or something we didn't ask, please comment down below.
I That was fun. We gotta
That
do this
was
again.
fun. We gotta do this again. We gotta do this again.
Side note, who's always hot or cold in a relationship? Let me know. Based on y'all AC and all that good stuff.
But it's always opposite. I'm either always cold.
Yeah, it always flips.
But then when I was pregnant, I was always hot. So like the AC was like on 60, 61, remember that? And he was always cold. So it just depends.
Freezing. But yeah, it depends. But yeah,
Yes.
This was fun.
This was fun. Thank you guys so much. Please, just don't like. Please comment, guys. It helps the algorithm. It helps people see this. And you know, I'm new to you too. I really appreciate the support. All right, guys. Thank you so much again. And see y'all later.